leaders to brainstorm and come up with solutions to find peace. Our Prime Minister UMAKANT has invited Mr. Narendra Modi from India, which is a welcome step. There have been issues between India and Canada in the past few years, and I hope during this meeting things are sorted out and a new path is chosen whereby both the countries develop and prosper. We need to have better relationship in trade, in investments, technology, and both India and Canada can prosper by this. The large Indian diaspora in Canada, which is over 1 million people, want peace, stability, and progress. So we hope that this meeting will bring about that desired change, progress, and peace, and both countries will develop. So welcome Mr. Modi to Canada and hoping for a better, sustained, and prosperous future.
As of June 2025, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting for attending a G7 summit in Canada, which is hosted by the Canadian Prime Minister. It is widely seen by the Global Indian Diaspora Alliance and various commentators as a crucial opportunity to react and improve the strained Indo-Canadian relations. The prevailing sentiment is that this G7 summit will offer a significant chance to move past the recent diplomatic chill, largely stemming from allegations made by the previous Canadian government. The invitation by Prime Minister Carney is viewed as an olive branch and a soft restart for the bilateral ties. The Indian diaspora and expert emphasize that both countries have much to gain from a strengthened relationship, particularly in the area like trade, economics, critical minerals, academic, and technical collaborations. There is a strong desire to focus on shared interest and mutual respect. The deep-rooted people-to-people connection, including the large Indian student and diaspora in Canada, are highlighted as a foundational strength that should underpin the relationship and foster better understanding. The community both in Canada and India are very close, and we are happy to see that the Prime Minister, as always, is emphasizing to have a cordial relationship. The invitation to Prime Minister Modi for the G7 summit, despite India not being a member, underscores India's growing global influence as the world's most populous country and fourth largest economy. The diaspora sees this as a recognition of Indian pivotal role in global supply chain and its importance to the world economy. In a sense, the Global Indian Diaspora Alliance, alongside various voices, is expressing strong support for our Prime Minister Modi's G7 visit to Canada, viewing it as a pivotal moment to rebuild trust, enhance cooperation, and usher in more constructive and mutually beneficial phase of Indo-Canadian relationship. We all, members of Indian diaspora, welcome the positive move and hope that things will be better in the coming tomorrow. Wishing all the best.
ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਆਉਣ ਤੇ ਹਾਰਦਿਕ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਉਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤੇ ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਹੋਣਗੇ। ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
Once again, the G7 summit is being hosted by Canada under the leadership of Prime Minister UMAKANT in the province of Alberta in the beautiful spring of Canada. All the G7 leaders will be there and will be discussing about the important economic trends and will take important decisions regarding the economy and also the other issues that affect the world scenario. There are very important issues as laid out by the Prime Minister UMAKANT of Canada to be discussed in the G7 summit. And I'm hoping that as a citizen of Canada, these issues will be dealt most efficiently. As a tradition goes of G7 summit, there are the leaders, global leaders are also invited. We have this year the Ukrainian President Zelensky, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. Then we have the Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Then we have the Australia Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa,